Slap, pop, a biggity, pop. We're back. We're live again, y'all. Welcome back to the greatest channel that ever existed. The greatest show on earth. Times infinity. All right. So, got some more Elon in the news. Remember last stream, I talked about Elon and I said that now every day Elon is in the news. They're trying to position Elon as like the second most popular guy in the world, right behind Trump. So Elon's back. He's got a chainsaw this time. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was a few days ago. Elon was at the CPAC, whatever that is. And he was wielding a chainsaw. You might be asking, like, why'd he have a chainsaw? We're going to get to that. It was given to him as a gift. He was presented a chainsaw as a gift. Yeah. Because that's the sort of thing you present someone with on TV, right? So we're going to get to that. And then also wanted to show you guys this good video that I found about how they have plane crash drills, actual drills where they practice in case a plane crashes. And they even have simulated injuries. And they go as far as to dress up the actors with simulated injuries. You got to see this. It almost looks like the sort of thing you could have a drill and then film it and then say it's real and people would believe it. All right. And then also, what else did I want to get to? Oh, yeah, eggs. Eggs are expensive. I'll show you guys some videos I found about people going crazy for Costco eggs that are on sale. And then there's eggs in Mexico that are like $1.50 for a dozen. All that good stuff and a whole lot more. But first, since I haven't done it in a while, I thought maybe today I could break out a little bit of weather. Up. What's up? Haven't done one of those in a while. Had to get it out of my system. You know, if nobody does that, then the tradition of doing that dies out. And that's sad. I don't want that to die. I don't want people to stop doing that. So I uphold the tradition every once in a while where I do the what's up. And I do it my own special way so that everybody really enjoys it. And I like to think that my what's up is better than anyone's was up in the entire freaking farting fuckatarding world. And if you disagree, you're just straight up wrong. All right. Starting off by being a little silly. Why not? Why not? All right. Holden liked it. Good, good. Lex G liked it. Jonna liked it. Jason liked it. Established Presence likes it. Y'all like it. Andy likes it. All right. Hi, Andy. How's it going? Thumbs up, indeed. Thumbs up from everyone. It's going to be a fun show tonight. We got Elon Musk with a freaking chainsaw. You know I'm going to make fun of that. Got like, what else did I say we're going to talk about? Oh, yeah. Got some plane crash drills. It's not so funny, but it'll be definitely an interesting and intriguing, mind-opening watch for sure. And then eggs. I got some funny egg videos. People going crazy at Costco over eggs. Remember when people went crazy over toilet paper? Now it's like that, but eggs. All right. Got some more of my mods here. Shady Davy D said, yep, I'm here long. It's not StreamYard lagging me out. Oh, I'm here as long as StreamYard isn't lagging me out. All right. Jonna's here. All right. Good times. Simone here. She's saying hi to Jonna. Oh, Simone coming in with a very generous super chat, getting us started tonight. First super chat of the night. Says, good evening, Jake, Ralphie, and everyone. Let the entertainment begin. Let the entertainment begin indeed. And as always, Rose, if I miss any super chats, will you please send me a text and remind me just in case if I get to rambling and I miss anyone's super chat. All right. So first up, I wanted to talk about Elon again. He's got this new look where he's trying to be like super young looking. I think he's trying to like convince the young people that he's a cool young hip guy. So you know how usually when you get older, you stop like trying to chase those styles and stuff, but then there's those old people that like they keep trying to dress young so that they can trick everyone when they're like 50 years old that like, oh no, I'm still cool like the 20-year-olds, right? So now you got Elon wearing his like flat brim black MAGA hat with black glasses indoors, and he keeps the glasses on the whole time. He's like super fucking cool hip Elon who wears sunglasses the entire time now, like all black Mr. Black MAGA, Trump's BFF buddy forever. Jeez. So hip, so cool. You guys seen this shit? All right, let's go ahead and bring it on up. Elon Musk makes surprise appearance at CPAC. Oh yeah, surprise, Elon's here. You had no idea Elon was coming, didn't you? Surprise, here he is. Yeah, fuck right off with your surprise appearance. Ain't no surprises when mainstream TV cameras are rolling. When you're talking about trending mainstream news, there's no such thing as surprise. Whatever. So I want you guys to pay attention to not only like how he's dressing now, but how he's presenting himself now. This is a different Elon than before, you guys. We're getting this new version of Elon where he's in the news every day, doing something every day, and it's like he's president number 2. So Trump's president, and then president number 2, President B, Elon. Who's the vice president? I don't even know. What does the vice president do? Psh, nothing, because Elon is president too, right? So let's listen to President 2 as he shows up and surprises everyone.
A little stage prop. I love you guys too. Thanks, guys. Have a seat. So, that was something.
I am become meme.
I am become meme. Excuse me?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm living the meme. It's like there's living the dream and there's living the meme, and it's pretty much what's happening, you know.
You're like, I think you're bigger.
I mean, Doge started out as
There's living the dream, and then there's living the meme. And that's pretty much what's happening. So funny. You guys, Elon, such a character. You guys have heard of living the dream? Living the meme. Isn't that hilarious? I can see why this is Trump's right-hand man. So they have to send him out with some sort of stupid thing to open with. Surprise, Elon's here. We didn't know he was going to show up. What brings you here, Elon? I am meme. You know, like this living the dream, but living the meme. Off to a wonderful start.
as a meme. Think about it. And now it's real. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
But it's cool.
Let me ask you this. A year ago, if someone had told you you'd be at CPAC and working with the president to absolutely shred the government, the swamp, whatever you want to call it.
Absolutely shred the government, the swamp. Oh, did he absolutely shred the government and the swamp? Last I hear, they didn't mess with NASA or SpaceX. You know, the companies stealing our tax dollars and lying about outer space, putting on fake space missions. Yeah, they didn't clean that part of the swamp. I guess that part of the swamp doesn't count as the swamp, right? It's only the stuff that they point at that they say is wasteful spending. Only the employees that they claim are getting fired are the ones part of this supposed fucking swamp. Yeah.
Would you ever believe that?
No.
No. Me neither.
But it's cool. This is awesome. And I just want to say, thanks for your support. I mean, you guys are, So, I mean, we're trying to get good things done, but also have a good time doing it.
One thing about Elon is like his choice of words is very basic. He doesn't have like a huge vocabulary. He doesn't like try and come off super smart. Instead, he tries to be like very basic. So all the common folks, all the stupid slaves can understand everything that he's saying, right? They want this to be a very understandable, really hip, cool genius boss man, billionaire. He's a relatable, common man, super hip, cool, genius, boss man, billionaire who likes to hang out at the CPAC, like all the cool kids do, with his flat brim hat and his friggin' Terminator sunglasses. Like, look at this getup, dude. Elon 5 years ago did not dress like this. What man, as he gets older, starts dressing like that?
And, and have like a sense of humor, So, I mean, the sort of the left wanted to make comedy illegal, Like you can't make.
All right. Andy says it would be cool if you had more streams. I'm sick of these fake truther channels. They suck. Yeah, most channels on YouTube are fake truthers, government agents, or they're just fucking trying to make money just reading the news. Like there's people who will come on, like Brian from High Impact Flicks. Elon Musk showed up with a chainsaw. That guy's crazy. Give me money. But he won't actually like really break it down for you the way I do. Personally, I'm not even so sure that's the same Elon anymore. You know what? Part of the reason I think he's got a hat and glasses and a new getup is to take away from the fact they're using multiple Elons. Y'all, when it comes to people like Joe Biden, I've more than proved that Joe Biden, the original, got replaced, and then they were using multiple different imposter Joe Bidens and CGI Joe Bidens. And then with Trump, I feel like they've been using a few different imposter Trumps. So next up, if you're going to have President B, the second most popular guy in the world, why wouldn't you have at least a Elon B and an Elon C and an Elon D, right? Just in case. Are you really going to let a $1 billionaire guy play that character the whole time? Don't think so. So I'm starting to think we got multiple Elons walking around. And yeah, I'm going to do more streams because now that football's over, I don't really know what to make videos about. And so that leaves me with more time to do streams. And so I'm already doing a few more streams than usual. I was doing like 1 stream a week. Now I'm doing like 2 a week. And so I'll usually do 1 during the week and then like 1 on Monday and 1 on Friday, you know. So right now I've been doing like Monday, Friday, and like, or Tuesday, Saturday, you know. So I'm usually doing around 2 a week. But I was thinking I might set up a stream schedule and just give it a try, see how it goes. And if I get a lot more people showing up, like if I do a schedule and more people show up and like it becomes worth my while, then maybe I'll set up like a set schedule for streams. I'm thinking I should try it and give it a go. Plus, I want to make myself available for my subscribers across the pond, you know, over in Europe. So most of them are asleep right now. So if I had a scheduled like daytime stream early in the day so that all the European people can watch, or like if you have stuff to do at night and you're available in the day, you know. So I want to make myself available like for a day stream, a night stream, and then like maybe every once in a while I can do something crazy like plan like a late night stream where I stream at like 1 in the morning or some shit. All right. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate that. All right, let's get back on track here. So personally, when you have glasses and a hat in this new getup, you could have a lookalike Elon and less people are going to notice because they're going to be looking at this new getup. They're not going to be thinking about, hey, that doesn't quite look like the original Elon.
Make fun of anything. So there's like, comedy sucks. It's like, nothing's funny. You can't make fun of anything. It's like, legalize comedy. Yeah. Legalize comedy.
And we've shifted the entire culture in just the last few months. The whole culture of this country has shifted dramatically.
Bullshit. The whole country has not shifted its culture. Trumpers are just walking around with their chests puffed out, acting like their side won. That's about the only fucking difference. Trumpers went from complaining to acting like their side won. That's not shifting the culture. That's just Trump-tards acting more Trump-tarded than usual. All right, got a super chat coming in from Destiny Dude. What do you think of Brian Stavely? He's some irrelevant midget who made his whole channel about the Mandela effect. So that's it. He's an irrelevant midget. His whole channel's based around Mandela effect. I don't watch him. I don't pay attention to him. He ties back to shills like David Weiss. So I've seen him go to like meet up with David Weiss and hang out with David Weiss and kiss David Weiss's ass. David Weiss is a proven shill. So I would put Brian Stavely in the shill category. And furthermore, if I ever saw him in person and he wanted to try and mess with me, I would knock him out in 1 fucking punch. There's not many guys who are like much tinier than me who I could like in 1 punch just absolutely destroy their whole world. But he would be one of them. He'd be one dude that if I hit him 1 time, he would definitely not get up for a while. And I only say that because he's a little shit-talking bitch, and he put my name in his mouth a few different times. So I'm putting his name in my mouth. So there you go. Thanks for the super chat.
Just because of that election.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, freedom of speech, having fun again. It seems like we should have a good time, you know.
I mean, it's a great time. Everybody in this place is so excited, and when you talk to conservatives, everybody's happy.
Yeah.
And everybody feels this great sense of relief because we were going to hell for about 4 years. It really felt bad.
Yeah.
We were going to hell for 4 years. You guys, they love to push that narrative. Joe Biden is the one that did everything wrong. Joe Biden messed this country up so bad. Trump and Elon are fixing it. So this guy says the country was going to hell for 4 years. Hell, you guys. You know, the place of eternal fire and damnation. Hell. So now that Trump and Elon are in charge, what does that mean? We're going to heaven. We're going to heaven, you guys. The country, right now, already in heaven. We were going to hell. Now we're going to heaven. Did I read Nathaniel Arias? I don't know, Rose. Oh, this one right here. Man, he seems pretty fake. I have to agree with Jake on the glasses thing to hide it's a duplicate or someone can be a double. Just my personal thing. And then also coming up, he starts fidgeting around like he's high on cocaine, but it looks more like nervous fidgeting rather than like him being high. So coming up, I feel like he starts fidgeting and getting nervous. And that would also make sense if they have an actor playing the part who's like got some nervous energy. So he starts doing like fidgety stuff with his hands and he can't sit still. So he starts jumping around in his chair and moving around and doing all these different like things with his hands. So just pay attention to his expressions and think like, why would Elon Musk be so antsy and like, why would he be nervous? He's like a billionaire who does these TV appearances all the time. He's in front of people every day. He's like the #2 most famous guy in the world, President B. Why is he so nervous in the service?
Especially toward the end, it felt really bad.
Yeah, I thought we were sort of heading for a point of no return, really.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's why it was so essential that President Trump win the election, and that there be a Republican majority in the House and Senate, which, thanks to you, that has been accomplished.
Yeah.
Give yourselves a round of applause for voting for the right side, the good guy side. Thank yourselves for us winning. Right? That's how you pander to a crowd right there. That's like right in line with a good guy wrestler going, "It's good to be back in Cleveland tonight. How's everybody doing out there in Ohio? Oh, I live in Cleveland. I like being in Ohio," right? Like the same shit. It's a good thing we got a Republican there in Republicans in the majority. Give yourselves a round of applause for making that happen. I helped the good guys win. Yeah. And you know what? That formula works over and over and over again. Dupes them by the hundreds of millions.
I want to ask you, one of the biggest questions I have for you is, you've been, politically, you weren't really on one side or the other for a long time. You're a businessman. A lot of people, they stay away from it. Now you're on a side, and you've chosen a side. You're sitting here in a MAGA hat. What's it, how did that happen? What was the moment?
It's like, dark Gothic MAGA.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that wasn't awkward at all, huh?
What was there a specific moment? Was there a moment that it all changed?
Yeah, when I realized I was a fool. But no, I was, I guess, Yeah, I mean, I'd say like I was politically neutral for quite a while.
So he didn't used to sniff Trump's bunghole. He didn't used to lick Trump's taint. Taints Trump. He didn't used to, but then he started to. He literally became Trump's best friend in world stage kayfabe, right? But he used to be neutral. And then one day, I want Trump's booty hole. I want him to be my best friend. I want to lick his taint. What caused him to just fall in love with Trump? Oh, I was an idiot, and then I don't know exactly.
Leaning a little Democrat.
How do you go from that to this?
Yeah, no,
How does that happen?
Well,
Did they go crazy?
Yeah, they did work. They did go crazy.
Yeah, they went crazy.
No, I mean that whole cancel culture and it's trying to stop freedom of speech and infringe upon people's personal freedoms. They just want state control of what you say. They want to take away your guns. And the reason I want to take away your guns, so like there's nothing you do to oppose them. So it's sort of like, I just like we just need to restore the fundamental elements of what made America great, which is freedom and opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys. Elon doesn't want those bad guys to take away your guns. The bad guys want to take away your guns, but Trump doesn't want to take away. Oh wait, right? Isn't Trump like? Hasn't Trump been part of helping pass some legislation to do away with gun? I forget the last thing he did that was anti-gun off the top of my head, but one of you guys in chat might remember. Yeah, so he's playing this whole deal like, yeah, now that we're here, we're going to fix everything. All the bad guys that were in charge, they tried to make America terrible. We were headed to hell. But now that the good guys are in charge, we're on our way to heaven. America's going to be not only great, it's going to be MAGA great. All right, so when's the chainsaw coming out?
We're seeing a lot of these freedoms disappearing in the West. It's not just about America. We're all watching Europe and knowing that they're about 50, 100 years ahead of us, right? Because they got an early start. And we're watching how they're devolving. And you're trying to save it from happening here.
No, I mean, in Europe, they put people in prison for memes.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's insane.
And they're collapsing. I mean, this society it's a collapsing society. It feels that way.
It feels like
France was nicer 50 years ago than it is today.
Yeah.
I don't think you can question that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, really. Thanks.
Somebody yells out, oh, we love you. I love you. I love you, Elon. I love you. Oh, you guys, I love Elon because he's so cool with his hat and his glasses, and he owns Tesla and he owns SpaceX, and he's so smart and he has so much money, and he hangs out with Trump, and he's fixing America and making everything great again, you guys.
I love you too. I really just wanted to do useful things, like basically build products, provide products and services that are good, and that I wasn't really like that interested in being political.
Simone coming in with another generous donation. She says, did you know about Werner von Braun, who became director of NASA's former Nazi, who wrote a science fiction book in the 1940s called The Mars Project? Guess what the main character name was? Elon. So I always found that wild. I've actually heard that before, but thank you for bringing it up because I wouldn't have thought to bring that up tonight. But yes, thank you for bringing that up, Simone. That's a good point. You know, when you look back at America bringing over all the top Nazis so that they could create NASA, you know, it's a very interesting story. Operation Paperclip and all that stuff. And when you look into, like, you know, all these science fiction concepts from the 40s and 50s that then became real, it's like satellites started out as a science fiction concept and then it becomes real. Now, are there satellites? Yes. But are there satellites in outer space? No. So satellites in outer space is a sci-fi concept that's not real, but people think it's real. So a lot of this stuff starts out, you know, this in the 40s, 50s, and 60s as like sci-fi. And then they trick people into thinking that it's actually real, you know? And yeah, funny how they have this character from the past named Elon, and then we have this character. I've said, you know, many times, I think Elon is a manufactured, made-up character. So I think that they don't let regular humans gain positions of power and stay there, because then they become a liability. You can't have an actual person, you know, that's too talented and rich and famous gain too much power. Then they become a liability if they decide not to continue going along with certain plans and narratives. So if they can keep these characters under their thumb, keep them controlled, they can always control what the most famous and powerful people are saying, right? And doing. So, for instance, you can't have the original Dave Chappelle walking around talking and telling people, you know, his ideas about conspiracy theories. So instead, you replace him with this fake Dave Chappelle who toes the company line and tells corporate comedy and mixes in a bunch of fucking schmuck jokes that push the mainstream narratives rather than anything controversial or conspiratorial. So I think when it comes to these characters like Elon and the fact that he's so famous now, it's done on purpose. They manufacture this fame, they manufacture this power, and they manufacture the way people see these people like Elon, so that they can cultivate this exact image and cultivate this exact response from the sheeple. Not only the Americans, but the entire world. They want the entire world to view Elon as, like, right now, like President B, President number 2. And it's not just Elon. You know, if you look at some of these made-up characters, you know, I would say that, you know, guys like Zuckerberg and Bezos, they're kind of like right in the same realm. Not quite as popular as Elon, but still made up characters. All right, let's get to the good stuff where he whips out the chainsaw. Actually, he's gifted the chainsaw. So when I say he whipped it out, that's incorrect. Another man brings out the chainsaw. Let me pull that one up. All right. So you guys know who brings out the chainsaw to Elon? Any of you guys see this? The president of Argentina presents Elon with a chainsaw as a gift. Sounds strange? Yeah, it is strange. What does it mean? I don't know exactly what it means. I don't know what the symbolism is, but I'm sure there's some sort of symbolism. I don't know. Maybe somebody can put chainsaw into a gematria calculator. Maybe it comes out 33. I don't know. So maybe there's something to do with chainsaw. I don't know exactly what the symbolism is supposed to be, but check this out.
How you guys doing? Nice vibe this year, right? After the best month we've ever had. Nice to see you all. Thanks for coming out. Good to see you. I'm not going to kill any more time. Let's bring out Elon Musk.
And of course, they have to have some sort of signature like thing that they do so that people can like mock them and make fun. They do this on purpose, right? So he comes out and he's like, he does these like tiny jumps. I'm Elon, everyone. Yay. Yay. Right? So, and then what does Trump do? YMCA. Right? So they have to have Elon do his stupid thing, like Trump does his stupid YMCA dance. So Elon does his stupid double fist pump deal and jump. I'm Rigged coming in with a generous donation. Says, does Elon and Trump know the truth or useful bitches? Please keep the streams coming. Well, as far as when you say the truth, how much truth do you mean? You know, that encompasses a lot of stuff. So they know that they are puppets. They don't believe that they have the power that they have. Like Elon, the character who's playing Elon, if my thoughts are correct that they're using multiple Elons, if my suspicions are correct, and they're using more than one Elon, then that means those characters know that they're not an actual billionaire and in charge at Tesla and SpaceX. So if there's, let's say, 4 Elons, a main one, and then some other doppelgangers, they all know that they're playing a part, right? And they're probably, you know, in the club, sworn to secrecy, not just legally in writing, but like blood oath type shit. Like, if you say anything about this, we won't just kill you, but we will torture you really badly before you die. Like, we will cut your ball sack off and like force feed it to your children in front of you before you die, sort of thing. So, yeah, my guess is these characters know that they are being used as puppets. They're being used to dupe the public. They're in on that part. But as far as like how much they know about all the inner workings of the whole thing, there's no way to know. Like, you know, what does Elon know about the shape of the earth? That, like, does he know for sure what it is? The character who plays Elon, does he know what the earth is for sure? I don't know. There's no way to know that. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what the earth is for sure. I'm sure what the people who really run this place, the most elitist, most powerful people in the world, they probably know what this place is. But do the little characters and puppets know what this place truly is? How far it goes? How many pieces of land there really are? Do they know all that? I don't know, man. When you say the truth, do they know the truth? The truth encompasses a whole lot of shit. So I would say they probably know more than some average sheeple, maybe even more than the average conspiracy theorist. But how much do they know? I don't know, man. There's no way to know what they know. Thank you very much, I'm Rigged, for your generous donation. I appreciate that. Some good questions, though. And it can get confusing when you're talking about doppelgangers and stuff, you know, because we're not just talking about one guy. So I wrote this down that, you know, they had multiple Lassies. You guys remember Lassie, the old dog show? And then they had multiple Flippers. Flipper the dolphin. There were multiple Flippers. There wasn't just one. So, with the same line of thinking, there were multiple Joe Bidens, as I've pointed out over the last 4 years that they used multiple Joe Bidens. I think Jim Carrey played the role of Joe Biden at least once. I think Dana Carvey played the role of Joe Biden at least once. They had CGI AI Joe Bidens at least once on TV addressing the nation. So, in line with that same sort of thinking, if you have multiple Elons, 3-4 Elons and 3-4 Trumps, they know that they're a character and not, they know they're not an actual powerful entity. They know that they're just, an actor. But what do they know beyond that? Who knows? All right. And you got to really know your shit just to be able to even explain what I just said. And you know your shit to be able to understand what I just explained and follow along. What I just said, most people would be like, "You're a fucking loony bar. I'm leaving right now. I can't listen to this." Right? What I just said sounds so off the wall. But once you've dived into this shit, spent years swimming in this shit, you've went down all these different rabbit holes, then you find out, oh yeah, they replace celebrities. So of course that goes to say they have multiple doppelgangers of any person in power. That way, if anything happens to that person gets compromised, whatever, you got a backup and a backup to the backup. All right, so let's get to the chainsaw part. You guys ready for the chainsaw? I'm about to blow your guys' mind in a minute. We ain't even got to the good part yet. I'm going to blow some people's minds tonight with what's coming.
We're going to stay up for 1 second. Hey, guys. We've got one more surprise. In case this wasn't enough, I'm going to let Elon do it. Who else is here?
Well, President Milei has a gift for me.
Javier Milei from Argentina. You guys know who that is, right?
You guys know who that is, right? Javier Milei, from the president of Argentina. You guys know who that is, right? I know who it is. I think I know who it is. Some of you guys might know who it is.
Why don't we bring him out?
Yeah.
Anybody know who that is? Anybody got any guesses? Any guesses? Rose says, "Is this a skit?" No, this happened on TV, Rose. You know that they don't do skits. This is real political news here, right? Some of you guys are saying Robin Williams. You know what? The first time somebody said, "Jake, have you heard that Robin Williams is now playing the president of Argentina?" I said, "Okay." And then I Googled a picture and I was like, "Oh, shit." And then when I first told you guys about it, many of you guys were like, "That's stupid. They don't look anything like each other, Jake. Jake, that's not Robin Williams. Robin Williams doesn't look anything like that guy. Doesn't look anything like Robin Williams at all, Jake. Doesn't look like him even in the slightest." There's no possible way, Jake, that could be Robin Williams. Jake, it doesn't even look like him. That's what you guys said. That's what you guys told me. I brought this up before. I said, you guys, that's fucking Robin Williams. And people were like, it doesn't look anything like him. It doesn't look like Robin Williams at all, you guys. It totally doesn't look like Robin Williams. It doesn't, right? Not at all. It does kind of look like Mrs. Doubtfire, though. It looks like he could be related to Mrs. Doubtfire. I don't know. What do you guys think now? Huh? It's like I got a super chat come in. Then we're going to get to this whole Robin Williams thing here in a second because I found some stuff that, well, let's just say more things are lining up than not. And one baller says it's more of a spiritual warfare we battle. Yes, good versus evil is a true spiritual warfare, but it's for real too, man. There's some real evil shit going on out there. Make sure I didn't miss any other super chats. All right. So some of you guys are going to say that it doesn't look like Robin Williams. That's the first thing that you guys said last time I said that these two dudes look like each other. I said, you know what? That guy kind of looks like Robin Williams. And you know what you guys said? Many of you. It doesn't look like him. So do you really think they're going to have Robin Williams die and then show up without a fucking disguise and pretend to be someone else? No! That would be stupid. That would be like Bill Hicks dying and then not changing anything and then coming back as Alex Jones. You got to change at least something, right? Fucking idiots. But no, people will be like, it doesn't look like him. It doesn't look exactly like him, Jake. It has to look exactly like him if it is going to be him. So yeah. If you think that possibly Bill Hicks became Alex Jones, yeah, they don't look exactly alike, but do they look a lot alike? Yeah. Is it possible that Alex Jones was Bill Hicks? Yeah. So I say it's possible that Robin Williams is playing the part of the president of Argentina. That's what I say. Johnny51 says, you've been putting out amazing content lately. Thanks, Jake. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I like to think my live streams are unique and one of a kind, and you can get this sort of information elsewhere, but you can't get it presented the way I present it. I like to think the way I present this information is very unique and different and entertaining and funny, which is why you guys are here and why I have a job doing this. Thank you very much, Johnny51. All right, so check this out. What does these two dudes have in common? Check this out, y'all. Just to show you guys, I did my own research. I'm not trying to like pull your leg. Look, Robin Williams, 5'7", right? Okay. So then of course, we look up how tall is Javier. And of course, Javier, 5'8", close enough. So within an inch, y'all. So body, height and body, do those match? Yes. Eye color, match? Yes. Perfect fucking eye color match. So just starting with the basics, height, Body, eye color, dead match. Suspicious circumstances surrounding Robin Williams' death? Oh, for sure. Was Robin Williams talented enough to learn how to speak Spanish and pretend to be a world leader? Yeah, if you gave him enough time, for sure. Robin Williams is like one of the few people that does have that talent. Like if they were like, Robin, we need you to be the president of Argentina in 10 years from now. So we need you to learn Spanish. We're going to hook you up with the best Spanish teacher in the world. And we're going to have you trained up within a few years' time to be the future president of Argentina. He could pull that off, especially when you stick a disguise on him. So what do I see when I look at this Javier guy? Hold on 1 sec. I got some super chats coming in. Let me read the super chats so I don't miss them, fall behind. Drew Bone says, look up Uncle Pappy, another Robin Williams. Uncle Pappy. I can see the resemblance, but I don't know about that. But I see a slight resemblance there on that one. But let me stay on track here. Thank you for the super chat donation. Here, I'll show everybody this Uncle Pappy character. One thing I don't like is this fittest flat earther guy has a video about exactly that. And fittest flat earther guy is a government agent and a shill and a bitch. So that's a bad sign. So he might be leading you down a fake rabbit hole. If fittest flat earthers talking about it, some of the things he says is legit, but a lot of stuff he says is bullshit. Like he said Prince is David Blaine and Cat Williams. I don't believe that Prince is David Blaine and Cat Williams at the same time, because that would mean David Blaine is Cat Williams. And that doesn't fucking make any sense in any world whatsoever. But when it comes to my theory, this one is a lot more on point, in my opinion. Look at the hair, you guys. Does the hair look legit, or does the hair look like a wig? Looks like a fucking wig, right? Glasses. Just like the glasses in the wig when he was Mrs. Doubtfire, right? Takes away from the man underneath. So you guys, if Robin Williams, when he was 40, whatever, back in the 90s, with Hollywood makeup and prosthetics, could be made to look like a 70-whatever-year-old woman, then why couldn't Robin Williams, now that he's like 70, be made to look like a 50-year-old dude? I think that both things are achievable. If you can make a 40-year-old man look like a 70-year-old lady, back in the 90s, I would say in 2025, you could make a 70-year-old man look like a 50-year-old man. For sure. For sure. So again, suspicious death. Robin Williams just hung himself in his closet. So we all know that celebrities fake their deaths a lot of times. There's a whole lot of fake celebrity deaths. So me thinking that Robin Williams had a fake death, got repackaged as a political leader, I don't think it's really that crazy. And then when they stick him on screen with somebody like Musk, who's a total puppet and a character, it's fucking Robin Williams and fake Elon Musk on stage right there, yo. Simple as that. Look at this acting by Robin here. I'll turn the sound off. That's so Robin-y, the way he did that. Very Robin Williams-esque. Like, who does that, right? Oh, I am the president of Argentina. I am not the character. I am not Robin Williams. Look at the face. Look at the face. That's fucking Robin Williams, dude. Robin mother freaking Williams. I caught it. Ain't no way anyone's telling me that ain't Robin Williams. Now, here's the thing. I don't think Robin plays the part all the time. In fact, when I really got to digging, I found some old pictures where he don't even look like that. It looks like a different dude altogether. So if you go back and look at old pictures, it's like it used to be a different dude. But now that dude is being played by Robin Williams. You want to see? You want to see? I'll show you. So if you just type in this dude's name and you just look at random pictures, some of them, Robin Williams pops right out, and other ones don't look like Robin Williams at all. Check this out. So I'm saying, I don't think it was always Robin Williams. This dude don't look like Robin Williams to me. This one don't really look like Robin Williams to me. But this one sort of does. See what I'm saying? And then look, here's the little hat and touching the wall. Who else do we know that did that? Oh, Trump did this. Trump did this exact same thing, you guys. There you go. So do I think all the pictures are Robin Williams? No, I don't. I think this is one of those last seat flipper Joe Biden scenarios. I think they got multiple Javiers. I think Javier is a made-up pretend character who they created to be a political leader. And I think in high-profile situations, Robin Williams plays the role, such as what we just saw. So I don't think Robin Williams played this role the whole time, but I do think he plays it in certain circumstances. Like this right here, that don't look like Robin Williams to me, right? But when I show this motherfucking banner, right, then it pops out. Then it jumps off the screen at me. So I'm saying that they used multiple Javiers, and the one that they showed with Elon is the Robin Williams version of Javier. This one right here, that's Robin Williams, in my opinion. I don't care how crazy that sounds. Shunter Thompson said he looks like Robin Williams and Conway Twitty's butt baby to me. You could be right. It might be Robin Williams and Conway Twitty's butt baby and not Robin Williams. Have to take that into consideration as well.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw!
Is that what you do when you're presented a gift? It's almost like he knew he was going to be given that, because he wasn't surprised by it. He wasn't like, oh shit, a chainsaw? What? What am I going to do with that? No, he starts.
That's perfect.
Thank you, Shunter. Thanks, bro.
All right.
I love it. Mr. President, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Nice to meet you. I love it. We love it. We love it.
All right.
Robin Williams exit scene. So Robin came out just to deliver this chainsaw.
They told me to put this right.
Where should we put it?
They want it right here.
All right, great.
A little stage prop.
All of you guys too. Thanks, guys.
Have a seat.
So,
That was something.
All right, so we already saw part of the interview, but I wanted to show you guys when he first came out, he got that chainsaw and then he wielded it around. Very strange. Very strange image. So there's some sort of symbolism there. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Maybe you guys have an idea what the whole point of that is. I couldn't tell you exactly why they chose a chainsaw. Any of you guys have any clue? I don't know if there's some sort of a Masonic connection to a chainsaw, or like some sort of scripture, some sort of biblical connection or something to a chainsaw. Maybe some of you guys might know about that I don't. Dale Hess says, no doubt that's more Good Morning Vietnam. Like I showed you, though, not all the pictures of them look like Robin Williams. So I'm suggesting that they could have created this character and then had him become the president of Argentina, and then have Robin Williams play that part, like the part of the guy that becomes president. So they could have had this dude being played by some other people beforehand years ago, and then switch it out with Robin Williams. Like Robin Williams could have been hanging out with this dude for all we know for 5 years, learning how to be him. And then they just casually switch him out one day. And then Robin Williams now is that guy. See what I'm saying? So I look at it like, okay, could Robin Williams be given a disguise and learn Spanish and hang out with a dude if they really wanted him to be the president of Argentina? Yeah. Sheeple are stupid enough that they would totally fall for that. So it's not like people are too smart that they would notice. They didn't notice that Joe Biden was replaced. They don't notice that Dave Chappelle's been replaced. They don't notice that Eminem's been replaced. I mean, a few people have, but not enough to make a difference. So I think the same thing applies. Not enough people are going to notice that that's Robin Williams. And anyone who says anything about it is going to look crazy. I mean, here you can talk about that sort of thing and not be looked at as crazy, But sometimes people say this person is that person, and I totally don't agree. Thank you for the donation, Dale. I appreciate it. All right. So what do you guys think about the Elon with the chainsaw? I'm not sure what to make of the chainsaw. Yeah, red chainsaw. Not sure what it's supposed to represent, though. Chris Lee Aries says the chainsaw was used to have the Antichrist symbolism. Well, what about the chainsaw is Antichrist? Like, because it cuts down trees and it ends a tree's life? I don't know. Can't think of. I don't get it. I think chainsaw symbolizes massacre. Chainsaw massacre. Okay. Argentina is the A. Chainsaw is the C. Antichrist. Interesting. See, I would have never jumped to that connection. Would have never came to that conclusion at all. Interesting. Jason G said chainsaw is 33 in gematria. Yeah, see, I don't plug stuff into gematria calculators, so I'm just going to take your word for it. Hopefully you're not lying. Trump said he was the chosen one. He's always been one of the antichrists. And you got a bunch of Trump supporters looking at him like he's the second coming of Jesus. But most of all, chainsaw is for D's nuts. Ooh, yes, my dear. Hello, My name is Euphigenia Doubtfire, dear, and I can yo-yo make a wicked cup of cool. Okay, let's move on to another subject. That's enough Elon for tonight. We'll move on to I saw a really good video on the News's Fake 4 channel. There's a channel that I like. He doesn't put out a bunch of content. He mainly focuses on actors. You know, those actors that show up at crises. You know, those kind of actors. He focuses mainly on those. And so the channel is called The News is Fake 4. And I've recommended him. And he put out an excellent video which shows footage from an actual plane crash drill. And they go as far as dressing up the actors in prosthetics to simulate injuries. And when you guys see this, pretty easy to put 2 and 2 together.
Take a look at the ring video we've been showing you all morning and last night too, of that plane falling out of the sky at Cottman in the Boulevard, coming from the Northeast Airport. The impact causing that massive fireball is what it looked like and what it was really, and the devastation that followed that, just so shocking to see in such a densely populated area of Philadelphia. Just to rehash, it happened between 6 and 6:30 last night. A medical transport plane with 6 people on board, including a child. Just to rehash, it happened between 6 and 6:30.
All right. So that, of course, was from a couple weeks ago, the plane crash that happened. I think that one was, the DC one? So he's about to show a drill where they simulate an emergency situation. But first, let me read the super chat. I'm Rigged says the Antichrist already passed through. That was Bush. When the buildings came down, it changed the very fabric of our reality. Yeah, but what about his dad, Bush Sr.? Is he the father of the Antichrist? So does that also make him the Antichrist, or is he like not an Antichrist at all? How does that work? Is there a granddaddy Antichrist and then like a nephew Antichrist? Is that stepbrother Antichrist or no? Does it get passed down through family? I don't get it. I don't know. I don't like to point at people and say that person is the Antichrist or anything like that, because I look at these people more as like actors on the world stage, you know, puppets, and the people with the real power are like not at the forefront. They aren't going to give us their names. They aren't going to give us their face. We're not going to see the face of the actual entities running this place. So I don't like to point at these people on the TV screen and be like, that guy's the Antichrist. But you could be right for all I know. Maybe he is the Antichrist. All right, guys, here comes the part everyone needs to pay attention. An actual plane crash drill.
Last night, a medical transport plane with 6 people on board, including a child. Just to rehash, it happened between 6 and 6:30 last night. A medical transport plane with 6 people on board, including a child.
And right to the breaking news this morning, hundreds of first responders desperately searching D.C.'s Potomac River right now for any survivors after a plane operated by American Airlines subsidiary PSA collided with an Army Black Hawk helicopter.
As investigators work to determine what brought down that passenger plane in Alaska that left 10 people dead. Tonight, we're hearing from friends and family members of the victims.
The investigation into a Navy fighter jet crash. The pilots ejected before the plane went down in the water off San Diego.
Also breaking tonight, we're getting new information on yet another tragic plane crash, this time in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Terrence Lee is here with what we have learned today. Terrence?
Scott, we're just learning that one of the jets involved belonged to Motley Crue's Vince Neil. He was not on board. Let's clarify that right up front. But this afternoon, when Neil's private plane landed at Scottsdale Airport, it veered off the runway and then slammed into a parked Gulfstream jet.
Begin with these harrowing new images tonight of that Delta jet crash at Toronto's Pearson Airport. Investigators are now reviewing this new video of Delta Flight 4819 making a hard landing on the right landing gear right there, erupting in flames and then thick black smoke.
You may see huge black smoke plumes of smoke coming from Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport.
The fire and plane crash were all part of a larger training exercise. Channel 2's Stu Gelbach shows us how first responders make the drill as real as possible.
Per federal regulations, the airport has to do this drill, this mass casualty event every 3 years and do it on a full scale. And that's what they did this morning.
They have to. It's a government mandated drill that you have to perform. You have to practice for when a plane crashes.
With the first phase, the big fire trucks with the foam spraying coming in to actually put the fire out on this mock-up, and they use real jet fuel. And in the second stage, they move over with an actual hull of an old airplane and more than 100 volunteers, and they
use real jet fuel, real mock-ups, real planes, all that, and they have what did he call them?
With an actual hull of an old airplane and more than 100 volunteers.
Over 100 volunteers.
And they had smoke piped in, special effects makeup on some of the volunteers, more than 100 of them, some playing dead, some playing injured, and they had to do kind of a triage.
Makeup and effects, some of them playing dead, you guys. Did you know that they do this? That they train for this sort of thing? So the question becomes, hey, could they, have the cameras running at one of these training events and then claim it's real? Is there any law stopping them from doing that? No, there isn't. Does everyone believe that? If they were to say that this drill was real, that lady really is injured, would most everyone believe it? Yep. Would it be totally legal for them to just say that drill right there was real and that lady's actually hurt? Yep. It's a television program made for entertainment purposes only. There's no law that says it has to be real or truthful. So, if you question any of these events that they say are real, you can get your video removed even. I've had my videos taken down. So now that they pointed out that this is indeed for sure a training exercise, I should be okay to point out that, hey, they could take this training exercise and then pass it off as being real. I should be okay to say that. Get it? Get it, guys? I hope you do.
Then 100 of them, some playing dead, some playing injured, and they had to do kind of a triage and this whole mass casualty event, bringing in partners and other people from as far away as Clayton County to treat this as an actual airplane crash.
Got here at 5 o'clock in the morning, got makeup done, and laid out in the sun and played dead for a little bit.
Got here 5 in the morning, got my fake eyeball hanging out my head. I laid on the ground and played dead. I made me $200 just playing dead today. I love playing dead for the government. So they're not saying that this one was real. They're admitting that this right here is a drill and that this is how they prepare for the real thing. Now, when they have the real thing happen, my question is, how do we know it's not one of these drills that they filmed and are passing off as real? How are we to know? Do we just have to trust them that they would never lie about that sort of thing? Yep. You have to trust that the government would never lie about that sort of thing.
It was great. It was great.
Fire, smoke, and injuries, making a simulated emergency feel as real as possible.
You want to make it real. It has to be real.
More than 100 people arrived at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport early Wednesday, where they were given injuries and assigned their fates.
Close to you, hide behind your sorrows and cower in your time of need.
All right, so there's News's Fake 4. If you guys want to check out that video. All right, now we're going to move on to the egg deal, eggflation.
Hey folks, people are going crazy over eggs. It's only costing.
That's
Look at the load of eggs he's
ridiculous.
got.
They did it with toilet paper and everything else.
People are going, first thing you come in at Costco now is get the eggs because they're pretty cheap. Look at that. Right here, they're going crazy over eggs. Look, what money. Egg madness. Crazy. This. High prices for the eggs. Give it a chance, come and get your eggs.
$7.69 for 2 dozen. 24 eggs for $7.69. And people are showing up like to Costco and going crazy over it.
Price. People are freaking out on eggs right now because the cost of eggs is so crazy. We never saw it before at this price. It hasn't even dropped yet. Inflation or bird flu, whatever the cause is, it's happening. Look at that. There's a madness over eggs.
But people fighting over eggs. We'll see what comes up.
Get the fuck off me, dog! That's why you make it too easy.
Dude, like, when I see the price of eggs shoot up, I just stop buying them and go buy other stuff. And, I'm like, you know what? I'll wait for the hysteria to die back down. And you know what? Today, I saw 12 eggs for $4.99 at a grocery outlet bargain market. Today was the first day I saw eggs, a dozen for $4.99. That was the first time I saw that deal. And there were smaller eggs, but still, and it wasn't organic, but still. So I snatched up a dozen eggs today for $4.99 at a grocery outlet bargain market. In fact, I bought 2 dozen. So that's the first time I've bought eggs in a while. I just waited until the price dropped down. I'm not going to go get in a fight with somebody at Costco for cheap eggs. I like eggs. I like eggs a lot, right? But I ain't going to go show up at Costco at like 8 in the morning and like fight with a bunch of crazy tards over like some cheap Kirkland eggs. Oh my God, Kirkland eggs for $8 and I get 24 of them? I'm going to go punch a bunch of random fucking people who get in my way. I want all those eggs. Those eggs are coming home with me, and anyone who gets in my way is going to die. Right? Like, who wants to deal with that shit? Yeah, the sheep will be sheeping. Yeah, it reminds me of like the toilet paper crisis. Remember when people were paying like $12 for like 4 rolls of toilet paper and like smashing each other over the head with sledgehammers in order to get to the last roll of toilet paper. Meanwhile, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wipe my ass with a rag and then clean the rag off in the sink and then wipe my ass again with the same rag. Jake, you wipe your ass with a rag? Yep, I ain't going and dealing with this. I'm just going to wipe my ass with a rag until the hysteria ends. And then guess what? Hysteria ended. So I stopped wiping my ass with a rag. Remnant coming in with a generous donation. Says, love your content. Bought fresh eggs. $6.99 local health food store yesterday. $7 to me is still high price, but if you're getting the organic top of the line eggs, that's like about average, I guess. But for the low price eggs. The low price eggs were like, $3, $4, $5. But now I was seeing the low price eggs going for like $8 and $9, like the mass produce like First Street eggs, and like the Good and Ganther eggs and stuff like that, the Walmart brands and the Target brands. All those were like $4 or $5 a dozen, and then those shot up to like $9 and $10 a dozen. And then the organic ones were like $12 a dozen at some of these Walmarts and Targets, right? Like the good top shelf eggs, like $12 for a dozen. So today was the first day that I've bought eggs in like 2 months, 3 months or something, because of the eggflation. And I only bought it because I saw a $4.99 deal today for a dozen. So today was the first omelet I ate in a couple months. And thank you very much. That's a very generous donation. I appreciate the super chat love. Remnant. I don't recognize the name. I'm not sure if you've ever donated here, but thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. I've had several generous donations tonight, and I really appreciate it, you guys, on a random Monday, just talking about some stupid world stage shit. I really appreciate the support. We got a good crowd tonight. All right. Sherry's got the hookup. Yeah, see, I need to get me an Amish farmer. I need to get me one of them. I get organic eggs from an Amish farmer for $4.50 a dozen, or I visit my friend who has chickens and get them for free. Yeah, that's one day if I ever have the land and can have chickens, that'd be the goal. But shit, I hear the government's coming for your chickens eventually. You're going to get the knock from federal agents who are like, you have a permit for these chickens? You have to obtain a government permit. The only way to get a government permit is to schmaccinate all your chickens and give them boosters every 6 months. It's the only way you're allowed to have a chicken. Yeti Man channel says, you got the dream job at Jake the Asshole. It's all right. I don't make that much doing what I do here. There's channels on YouTube that make tons of money. And there's channels that are a lot more, of a sellout than me. So there's channels pulling in Patreon money. They got sponsors. Like, I don't have any sponsors. No sponsors want Jake the Asshole to endorse their product. And on the same token, I don't really want to be a sponsor guy and have every video me be like, oh, here's Shark VPN, and this is if you want to have your VPN. So, or like, oh, here's Raycon earbuds. I love Raycon earbuds. Here's it if you use my promo code. So because I don't play the YouTube game like a lot of the other content creators do, I don't make as much money, but I do this for a living. And so in some ways, you're right. This is a fun job. Some people would consider it a dream job. I have done many shitty jobs in the past that I hated, and I'm glad that I don't do anymore. So yeah, it is a fun and unique job in some instances. The only drawback is like there's days where I wake up and I don't know what to talk about. And so there's pressure that I put on myself to like make the next video, do the next stream. And there's days where I wake up where I don't feel like taking a day off. I feel like working, but I don't know what to make a video about. Like I have creator's block certain days where I'll wake up and be like, well, I want to work. I want to make a video, but I don't exactly know like what. So maybe I should do a stream. Well, fuck, it's already like, noon. I got to hurry up and figure out an idea. What am I going to talk about? And if I can't come up with an idea, maybe I should just let my subs jump on and let them talk. Yeah, but I don't want to do a whole stream where I just let other people talk the whole time. So I always have to come up with an idea. And so coming up with ideas sometimes is easy. Sometimes I'm presented with something that happens in the news and I'm like, oh, I'll talk about that. But then there's other days where there's nothing going on in the news that's relevant to me. And then I don't know what to talk about. So there's days where I find myself like sitting here staring at the screen like, what should I do? And then the day goes by and then I don't upload a video and I don't stream. And it's like I took a day off even though I didn't want to, but then I'd feel like I didn't get anything accomplished. So those are that's the only bad thing about being a YouTuber and having creator's block. Some YouTubers, they always know what they're going to do. They have set content that they're going to make each day or each night or whatever. They can batch, create their content in batches. Whereas like, I don't know what the next video I'm going to make is. I don't like create content in batches and then just upload, 4 or 5 videos that I already have made. So instead it's like, I always have to think of the next video, think of the next thing, and then do it, So there's days where it's like, all right, what should I stream about? And I check the news and there's nothing going on. So then it's like I scratch my head and then it's like my dog wants to play. My dog wants to go outside. And then before I know it, by the time I eat, take a shower, take my dog out for a walk, then it's late in the afternoon. And it's like, well, shit, I just pissed away that day. Oh, well, hopefully I think of something for tomorrow. So that's the only thing about my job is that I find myself going through these periods where like, when it's not NFL season, I have like creator's block and I don't know what to talk about on some days. But, it's not too bad. I can take a few days off here and there and it's not going to like affect me too bad. So Zach W says, I binged all your lives from the last year in the last few weeks. Thanks for saving me from the FE shills. However, I can't get Land on the Moon out of my head now. You binged all of my lives over the last year? Dang. That's a lot of hours of me. But, I did a lot of funny stuff. So you saw a lot of quality impressions and bits. My live streams are where the magic happens. You never know exactly what I'm going to do or say. And I don't even know what I'm going to do or say. So I go in with a topic, but once I start talking, it just happens, So I never know what impressions I'm going to do for sure, what's going to happen for sure. So there's always that element of surprise. And so some people like my live stream specifically for that reason. And then there's people who don't like my live streams because they're long. So some people don't like my streams because they're 3 hours and they just want to watch like a 10-minute video. So some people don't watch my streams at all. And then there's people who are like, I don't like your football content. I don't care about sports. I just want those live streams. So there's some of you guys that show up to these streams like every single stream, the streams are what you come here for. And then there's other people that they don't give a shit about my streams. They just want the videos. So it's an interesting crowd, I've got people that only care about certain forms of content and then other people that don't care about that content at all, but they're still subscribed to the same channel. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that. Yeah, when I go back and watch myself, when I go back and watch myself, I watch myself at a 1.5 or 1.25, usually about 1.25. And then if I want to get through something real quick, I watch it like 1.5. That's when I'm talking fast. Simone says, I meant to ask, how does YouTube pay you? Do they take a lot? Do you have PayPal or other ways we can support you? I do have a PayPal. My PayPal link is in the description down below. And the PayPal donations go straight to me. The only thing about PayPal is your message doesn't show up here on screen. So you can send me a message on PayPal, but it won't show up. So when you super chat, YouTube takes a cut of your super chat. I get most of it, but YouTube takes like a small cut of it. But I get ad revenue So when they run the ads, I get a cut of the ad revenue. So I get paid two different ways on YouTube. The first way, ad revenue, is based on views. So like, let's say my football videos, it's all about the more views I get, the more money I make. And then these live streams, I get money I get the ads because of the views as well, but I make more money on these streams on these super chats. So for instance, in a single stream, I'll make like $200 on average in super chats. And a video that I upload, if it doesn't get like 20-30,000 views, then I won't even make as much money on a video. So on a video, I'll make like $5 per 1,000 views. So like if it gets 20,000 views, that'll be like $100. But on these streams, I'll average about $200 per stream. So it's not a ton of money, but it's enough for me to pay all my bills and call myself a pro YouTuber. But there's people out there that make thousands per stream. You know, they have people donating hundreds of dollars over and over and over and over every stream. You know, there's guys who play video games and make thousands of dollars every time they just sit there and play games. So compared to other people, I don't make near as much as other YouTubers and streamers. And I'm a lot more talented and a lot more funny and a lot more entertaining. So there's, like I said, guys out there who will just do reviews, you know, and make way more money than me, views wise. And then there's guys who do streams where they just play video games and people just throw money at them for hours, you know, just watching them play video games, which I never understood. So there's ways to make money on the internet out there that never used to exist. And so if you can find a way to make that internet money, hey, more power to you. I found a way to make some internet money, and I'm very thankful for it. But, you know, I have to work for mine. I got to do these streams and do these impressions and entertain you guys and keep coming up with different stuff to keep you entertained. So there's some work involved and preparation involved. Like I probably prepped for this stream for like 2 hours. I had to figure out what video clips I want to show. And then I had to make those Robin Williams pictures where I stuck the pictures of Robin Williams and Javier together. That took longer than you would think to find those pictures and stick them together. And so I probably prepped for this for a couple hours, and then I do the stream for like 3 hours. So it's like 5 hours altogether, let's say, that I put into one of these streams, and then I'll make a couple $100. So it's not like a ton of money. But it beats working hard at a shitty job that I hate. It beats the hell out of that. Thank you very much, Simone. That's like the third time you've donated tonight. You're very sweet. I appreciate that. All right, guys. How many thumbs up do we got? I think we should do a thumbs up drive. 219 thumbs up. Y'all get me to 350 thumbs up right now. Got all you guys watching. 350 thumbs up sounds like a good plan. And then I got some more super chats coming in. I'll get to those as well. $350 thumbs up, guys. Let's make it happen. 350. We can do it. It really helps too. If YouTube sees that everyone's hitting the thumbs up, then they usually will recommend the stream to some more people than usual. And One Baller says, when are you going to release Land on the Moon album? You know, I've been meaning to record that tune, but then like each day comes and goes. And it's one of those things that's on my list. But the longer that goes by, the less relevant the song is. But at some point or another, I should pull my head out of my ass and get some version recorded. And I even had one of my subs reach out to help me. And I didn't get back to him yet. But I had someone email me. Scythe emailed me about helping me record. So I need to get back to him and then get some files sent back and forth. I could probably get something recorded. That's just one of those things where I've been lazy. Every day that comes and goes, I got to take my dog out, eat some food, take a shower, make a video, do a stream. You know what I mean? To where then it's like, oh yeah, and one of these days I have to fucking sit down and record. All right, Cesario Serrato says you should let your audience like me help you come up with ideas. I got 1,000 of them every day. Yeah, I know, but it has to be something that I'm interested in talking about. So when I saw Elon got presented a chainsaw by what looks like Robin Williams, that's something I was like, oh, I could talk about that. And then I could do a comparison with Robin Williams and the president. And so certain stuff just feels like a good idea to me. Whereas if somebody else has to give me the ideas, there's less of a chance that I'm going to want to do it. It's like, I want it to be my idea and I want it to be fun to me. So there's certain things that I just don't give a shit about and don't cover. You know what I mean? Like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? There's certain stuff that I just don't care about and don't talk about. And then there's other stuff that like, oh, that's a topic that I don't mind talking about. So it just kind of depends. But yeah, I'm not opposed to taking ideas from you guys. So you guys are, you're always welcome to give me ideas in the comment section. I just like being able to look up my own topics and figure it out for myself. But yeah, one of the guys that brought up in my comment section that Robin Williams was playing the role of president of Argentina, that was somebody who brought that to my attention. So sometimes it's you guys bringing me, something in the comment section like that leads to my my next topic in my next stream or video. And I got a super chat from Scunter Thompson. Or, excuse me, Stephen Bowman. Scunter Thompson was earlier. Stephen Bowman says, you always do a great job. Love the content. Thank you very much, Stephen Bowman. I appreciate that. I try and do a good job for you guys. I don't want to come on here and just phone it in. And I don't want it to feel like it's, just a job that I'm trying to hurry up and get it over with. I want to enjoy myself while I'm hanging out here talking to you guys. I want to have fun while I'm doing these impressions, make it fun for you and for me at the same time. So it's like a win-win. All right. So we got more of these egg videos. These are becoming popular, people making videos about eggs.
With the YouTube.
Over the country's egg crisis, reaching new heights. This video showing the brazen robbery of a cafe in Western Seattle by so-called breakfast bandits, making off with 3 cases of eggs.
I really think they planned ahead. This can be like...
People, let me tell you something. There's no shortage of eggs. You need to wake your ass up right now. I'm going to hit you with the bam. Hit you with some truth right here that they don't want you to hear. The eggs are created in a lab. They can create as many as they want. They don't even come from chickens no more. You think that egg you get in a store come from chicken? You need to wake your ass up right now. They create these eggs in a lab. Then they create the hysteria. Trick you into buying these eggs. Consuming these fake eggs. Let me tell you something, people. RFK, he's not a real man. There's no real man who talk like that. He's an animatronic robot. Let me tell you something, people. It's a dumb shit to fool the masses. Do you believe this, people? Need to wake your ass up right now. Hit your ass up with the bam. I'm gone. There you go. Thanks, I'm Rigged, for your multiple donations today. I appreciate that. In fact, Simone and I'm Rigged, being as you guys have donated so many times, you have now achieved moderator status. If you show up regularly and you donate regularly, you end up being a mod. It's kind of how it goes. So we got egg robberies now, you guys. Stick them up. Give me all the eggs and no one gets hurt. You better not crack any of these eggs. You better put them in the bag nice and gently or I'll blow your fucking brains out.
Let's rob the eggs.
Seattle police now asking for the public's help to crack this case. And in Pennsylvania,
I don't know how someone would be able to do that.
Authorities still searching for those behind the theft of 100,000 eggs from a processing plant last week. Some grocery stores left with none on the shelves, and national chain Trader Joe's now limiting shoppers to just 1 dozen a day.
The reason we don't have any eggs for you is because all of the pirates stole them. So we don't have any. It's the egg pirates' fault.
TikTok videos showing Costco customers across the country desperate to buy in bulk, all as the spread of bird flu ravages the nation's egg supply. According to the CDC, more than
Hey, y'all, I asked this before. I already know the answer. Anyone here ever seen a bird sneezing, coughing, hacking, coughing up a loogie, throwing up? Anyone ever seen a bird with a cold or a flu? You ever seen a bird that had the flu? It just like hung out all day, just hacking and coughing. Okay. Anybody? So we don't see the birds being physically sick, but the birds' sickness that you can't see can get into the eggs and the milk. So the eggs can have the flu before the egg becomes a bird. Even an egg that's not fertilized and can't become a bird, it can have the flu too. So birds that we don't ever see being actually sick carry the flu. And there's eggs that carry it. And apparently it's in milk too. It's in a cow's milk. Bird's flu is in a cow's milk. So if you drink it, you'll get bird's flu. Maybe. Is that how diseases work? Egg pirates, indeed. Give me the eggs and nobody dies. You crack one of those eggs, you're going to be picking brains out of your ski cap, man. Or your mom's going to pick brains out of your ski cap. It'd be pretty tough for you to pick brains out of your own ski cap. Yeah. Simone coming in with even more generous super chat love says, thank you, Jake. Honored to be one of the great group of mods. Well, you've been showing up a lot. You've been very kind and super generous. And so, yeah, you know, if somebody wants to show up and be that generous and that supportive, then that's one of the quickest ways to become a mod. Thank you very much, Simone. Very sweet of you. Glad to have you here. Cactus Jack says, could you please make a few funny faces, Jake? All right. Funny faces, huh? All right. How's this? That's a pretty good one, right? How about this? Hi, my name's Rodney. Would you like to come over and play Chinese checkers with me? Huh? Squishy face Rodney. All right. There you go. There's a funny face. And then, of course, classic. Haven't done this one in a while since like I was a kid, I think. Huh? There you go. Some different faces for you. Can any of you guys do this? Can you do 2 loops? I used to be able to do it. You have to fold your tongue in half. Yeah. And then you can do 3 loops. Can anyone do that? Three loops. All right, let me try and do 4 loops. All right. I can't do 4. Not enough tongue. Pretty impressive, huh? Yeah, that's why the ladies love me. Because I can make loops with my tongue. And you know what that means? I'm a loopy tongue guy. That's what that means. Zulu Hotel 82. That's a cool name. Says, my theory on the egg shortage is new schmack-sheen in development. But what does that have to do with... Oh, you mean for the birds? Like they're smaxinating the birds? Dude, if they start like smaxinating all the birds, then that means I'm just going to have to give up chicken. I've already been buying lamb a lot more because like they have lamb at bargain grocery outlet bargain market, ground lamb, and it's like about the same price as the beef. And the ground lamb is pure grass fed, and they don't mass produce and mass farm the lambs like they do the chickens and the beef. And so I would figure that the quality of the ground lamb is superior than the other meats, most likely. So I've been buying more lamb lately. In fact, I'll show you what I buy. I bought some just today. I got this today, actually. See? Grass-fed. No antibiotics. No hormones. This was $5.99 for a pound. And I can like mix this with like rice or potatoes. You know what I mean? You can use it in place of hamburger. Not bad. Bison's another one I've heard that the meat is good quality because it's not mass farmed. Anything that's not mass farmed, any other sort of meat, is probably going to be decent quality or good quality. I used to buy these packages of kangaroo meat. At one point, they were selling ground kangaroo meat, and I was like, okay, I'll buy it. So I've tried the bison, I've tried the kangaroo, lamb meat. Pretty much when you ground it up, it all has kind of a similar flavor. Now, I do notice a difference if I get ground turkey. I don't really like ground turkey. The consistency of ground turkey, I just don't like it as much as beef or lamb. And I don't really like the consistency of ground pork either. So I like pork and I like turkey, but I don't like ground pork and ground turkey that much. Like, it's edible, it's okay, but it doesn't replace beef in my book. It doesn't hold a candle to quality ground beef or like this ground lamb. This stuff's bomb. Yeah. I'm rigged says, Goatis translate for Stephen Hawking. Last one, bro, I promise. He says that if you do not eat raw meat, then you will, of course, get sick and die. The reason why I am going to live to be infinity years old is because I eat raw meat. And the reason why Stephen Hawking has lived for so long with such a debilitating disease such as ALS is simply because he has been eating raw meat. That is why he has been able to survive for so long, was due to the raw animal protein. If you don't eat raw meat, then of course you will become unhealthy and you will die. I, of course, am never going to die because I eat raw meat. I plan on living to at least infinity years old, more or less. Thanks for watching. Some of you guys will think that that's really good, and then other of you guys are going to be like, who the fuck is that? Yeah, Goatis is a wanted fugitive who tried to have his ex-girlfriend and son killed. He hired a hitman to kill his ex-girlfriend and his own infant son. Yeah, he's a wanted fugitive, and he still uploads videos here to YouTube. Not kidding. There's even been YouTubers who get millions of views make videos about him and point out the whole thing. Still, he continues to upload here on YouTube. He won't go live. He won't tell anyone where he's at, but he does upload. Still. Thanks, I'm rigged. That was a good idea. Goatis translating for Stephen Hawking. I was thinking of making some more shorts with Stephen Hawking, have different people translate for him and make those into short videos. Jonathan says, no one is a bigger fan of him than him. Oh, yes, he's in love with himself. Goatis, he's all about his image, so he likes to like lie and create this false image to like trick people into thinking that like he's some sort of raw meat health guru. But he uses filters on his skin and to cover up like all his blackheads and acne and his wrinkles. And then he has a wig that he glues to his head, but he tells his audience that he like regrew his hair with by eating raw meat. And then he came out and said that he got a hair transplant. So he actually lies and says that he got a hair transplant, but it's a fucking wig. Like, who does that? Who lies about getting a hair transplant while gluing a wig to their head? Now, I wouldn't care about that sort of thing if he didn't try and, have his girlfriend killed and his son killed by a Molotov cocktail and a hitman. So, yeah. Crazy story with that guy. Thoughts on crypto? The government's got their finger in it. So anyone thinking that the government doesn't control the price of crypto, isn't involved with it, think again. So they can manipulate the price of that stuff very easily. Somebody like Elon Musk, if he was to come on TV tomorrow and go, Bitcoin smells like poo, the price of Bitcoin would drop like 20 grand instantly. If Elon says it smells like poo, it would drop 10,000 within like an hour, 20,000 by the next day. So if Elon can say something bad about it and make it drop, yeah, that means the price can be manipulated. I also think since it's been hanging out around 100,000 for so long, that it's probably due for a dip at some point. So I would guess that it's going to dip back down to like 50, 60K, maybe hang out around 60K before it next bull run in 3-4 years, it goes up to maybe 200,000. So my guess is it's going to dip back down 50, 60K at some point, and a whole lot of people are going to get boned in the butt who like just got in like while it's at 100,000. But I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. I'm just guessing. I have some crypto, but I'm just sitting on it. I'm one of those guys that I bought some. I'm not crypto rich, but right now I am up on my investment, but like not enough to like sell it and walk away. So I'm just one of those dudes that's like, I have some crypto. I got into Bitcoin at like a little bit, like when it was around like 30,000. So I have a nice little chunk, not a lot, but a nice little bit, and I'm just going to sit on it. Just sit on it and let it keep going up. Cactus Jack says people are talking like XRP is going to get up to 1,000. Yeah, man. Every time there's a crypto bull run, and then you talk to anyone who's into crypto, they're going to give you 10 different coins that are going to go to the moon. I used to be friends with a crypto guy that would every coin he liked, he was like, "It's going to the moon. It's going to the moon. Oh, dude, I was going to make this one's going to make so much money. Oh, it's going to 100x. Oh, this is what definitely minimum 10x. And then it doesn't. But yeah, I've heard all those guys talk about all those different coins, so I know what it's like to watch my money double and triple and then watch my money fucking tank. I'm one of those guys that watched my money go up, watched my money go down, and then watched my money go back up again. But I never sold. So like I never took a loss and I never took any profit. Like it's like I'm pretty much just sitting on all the crypto I bought still. My thoughts are I'll just keep waiting. I'll wait another bull run or two. If Bitcoin balloons to like 200K, 300K, well, then that little bit that I got back when it was at 30K, like it'll be looking real damn good. So I'll just wait. I'm not hurting for money, so I don't mind just sitting on what little crypto I have. But I'm not super into crypto, so I'm not going to like make content about it. I'm not going to recommend other people buy it. I'm not going to tell people to buy certain coins. There was a time where like I started getting into it and I thought, oh man, look at all these people making videos about crypto. Maybe I'll try that. But after I made a few videos about it, I realized it wasn't something I want to talk about. So I don't talk about it really. Simone says, Jake, I think you missed a super chat by Dreadfully Awful. Oh, thank you. My bad. Let me go back and snag it. Dreadfully Awful is a longtime supporter of the show. So, of course, I don't want to miss any of his super chats. Okay. My bad, dude. He said, hello from Thailand, broski. Sativa Central. Wowza. Yeah, sativa's like the daytime weed and indica's like nighttime weed. Some people can only smoke one or the other, whereas I like both. I like sativas during the day when I need to get stuff done. And then when I'm ready to just like couch potato or if I want to go to sleep, then indica is more preferable. So I like both, you know, but there's some people that can only smoke one type or the other. Then there's the people that do edibles, and I don't like edibles really, because it gives me this like really like lethargic, overwhelming buzz. So I prefer just old school, put a nug in a bowl and take a few puffs. So I'm kind of old school with my cannabis consumption. Everyone else is doing the vapes and stuff. I don't do the vapes. I don't do the concentrates. I do classic flower from a street dealer, because they have these additives now at the dispensaries. I'm sure you guys have heard that, you know, with all this legal cannabis, you have these chemicals and additives and whatnot. So I use a street dealer who grows his own, trims his own, and I still, you know, take nugs and pop them in the bowl and go take a few puffs out back behind my office. That's what I do. Yeah, I've never been a joint guy. I don't like the paper. I don't like how, like, it seems like if I have a joint, then like the first half gets burnt up in like 5 seconds, like 2 hits. It just like catches on fire. It goes, and then the last half is like this resiny, wet, gross, smelly thing. And then blunts, to me, a blunt ruins the taste of the cannabis. So I like the taste of premium cannabis, and I don't want to roll that up in a cigar paper, you know, and have this nasty cigar paper flavor. But there's people who prefer that blunt flavor, and then that the paper, it gives me a weird buzz. Like it messes up my buzz and gives me a different sort of buzz. It makes me feel weird, kind of lightheaded. And then there's people who like that. And so there's like black guys who they can't stick a nugget in a bowl, and they don't have a glass pipe. They only do blunts. So there's those only smoke blunt guys. And I've always never understood like why anyone would prefer a blunt over just puffing, you know, a nug inside of a glass bowl. But there's those blunt guys out there. Ryler05 said, just saw a video talking about how legal weed is poisoning you. Yeah, I saw that same video go across my feed as well, but I already knew about that they were putting different additives and stuff, you know, in the legal cannabis. For sure. Thank you, Ryler05. Yeah, I saw a video come through my my feed. I didn't click on it, but I know what you're talking about. We probably saw that same thumbnail. I can't grow my own cannabis, Andy, because I reside in this office, and so you need a lot of room to grow cannabis, and then the smell isn't something that the other tenants and the other offices are going to put up with. And so there's not enough space. And also it takes time and energy and know-how, and it's work. So growing cannabis isn't as easy as just sticking a seed in the dirt and then watering it. Like, if you really want to take care of those plants and get a quality product, you have to put in a bunch of time and effort, whether it's indoors or outdoors. And then, holy shit, the bigger the plant that you grow, the more work you just signed yourself up for come harvest time. So if you just have a small plant in your closet, that's not much work at all. But like if you have a 10-foot tall plant outside, yeah, when you cut that bad boy down, you just signed yourself up for hours and hours of trimming, and you have to get it done in a timely manner, and you have to dry it at proper temperatures. Otherwise, your product can get ruined If you don't dry it properly, it can get all crispy and turn to shake, which is bad, and it'll be all harsh and gross. And if you dry it too slow, it can develop mold, and then you can straight up lose the whole product, lose your cannabis. So drying and trimming, yeah, you have to have a bunch of space for that. That's not something you can just like casually do if you have a big ass plant or a bunch of plants. So I learned how much work is involved when a few years ago when I used to rent a room, and then the owner of the house, me and him grew some plants outside. We had 10 plants outside, and a few of them got to be tall. And I even showed them here on my channel and gave you guys updates. So some of you guys remember it was back in like 2020, 2021, back when I used to rent a room at a house and had a bunch of plants. Man, we had so much trimming to do, even with a couple friends. There's just hours and hours and hours of trimming. And then it became overwhelming. Like, oh shit, there's all this wet bud, and you got to get through it. Like time's ticking. Like it starts to degrade the minute you cut it down. It starts wilting and degrading. You can't like put it off till tomorrow or the next day or whatever. You gotta like hang that shit up, let it dry, trim it, and all the temperatures have to be constant. You know what I mean? It can't be too hot, can't be too cold. It's a lot of work. So I prefer to let someone else do all the work and then just buy it. But I grow my own mushrooms. So that is a lot easier. Growing mushrooms, way easier and cheap, easy, no smell. So like you can grow mushrooms like in the corner of your closet in a cardboard box and grow ounces and ounces for yourself and your friends. So anybody, if you want to grow mushrooms, there's actually videos here on YouTube that'll walk you through the entire process. Like the good kind of mushrooms, you know, like those ones that do the fun things to you, those magical fun ones. Yeah, you can literally look up the entire process from start to finish right here on YouTube. Now Cactus Jack talking about the Deemsters. Oh, that stuff's crazy. I haven't smoked some of that stuff in a while. I always get nervous because I never know what's going to happen. I never know where my mind's going to go. And I've had some pretty crazy trips before. So I know whenever I do it, crazy stuff's going to happen. According to AI, drugs are for losers. Drugs are bad. Oh yeah, is that why for thousands of years, like natives would base their ceremonies around getting high on these different substances? Their whole culture and way of life and these ceremonies were based around tripping out on these certain psychedelic substances because they're losers. Yeah. I know what it's like to be super sober and feel bored and depressed, not know what to do with yourself, and then get just a little buzz, and feel way better. But everything in moderation. Everything in moderation, and you can't let these things ruin your life. You have to be the one that stays in control of your life. So can you dibble dabble with some different drugs and have some fun? Sure. It's when you start to let that stuff run your life and it causes a bunch of negative consequences. That's when it becomes addiction. That's when it becomes problematic. There's people out there that can drink a little bit of alcohol sometimes and enjoy it and not get all wasted and not get addicted. And then there's other people that if they have one drink, they will spiral out of control and turn into like some passed out drunk hobo if they have a one drink. So there's certain people that when they become sober, they're like, oh, I can't touch a hit of weed. I can't touch a sip of alcohol. Otherwise, I will spiral into the biggest drunk drug addict you've ever seen. So it just depends on each person, you know? Like Steve-O from Jackass, you know, he always talks about his sobriety, and he claims that like he can't have a single beer because if he drinks a beer, then he'll start smoking pot, then he'll start huffing the whippets, and then before you know it, he'll be doing fucking cocaine and whippets all night long while he's drunk and on pills. And it starts with that one beer. So there's some people out there that one beer leads to everything. And then there's other people that can have a couple of beers and then just stop, you know? Me personally, if I eat mushrooms, then I'm drinking and smoking. So I don't just, if I eat mushrooms, I don't just eat the mushrooms and just trip. No, I smoke bowls, you know, periodically throughout the entire trip. And I want to drink. I start getting thirsty for some beers. But I don't like I'm not a hard alcohol guy. So I don't like getting wasted, but I do like the alcohol buzz, the initial alcohol buzz. So I'm one of those dudes that if I eat mushrooms, then I'm going to end up drinking like 6 beers and smoking a bunch of bowls. In fact, the alcohol is like the only way to like subside the overwhelming tripping sensation in some ways for me, to just make it settle down. Like if I'm like, whoa, tripping out, a few beers will kind of settle me down a little bit. My favorite place in the whole world to trip. And it's like, it's an addiction for me to go there and trip. So tripping, psychedelics aren't so much addictive, but the feeling of being on a psychedelic at a place that I love while the weather's nice, that's like almost like an addiction for me. So check this out. Like, my favorite place to go, and I've told you guys, I like to go to the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Not so much like to hang out at the theme park, but I like the town. I'm a huge fan of the town, Santa Cruz. So I like to go specifically to stay like 2 nights. And specifically on one of those nights, I'll eat like maybe 2 grams, not quite a full eighth, but like 2 grams, trip out. I take my electric scooter, drive it all over town, and it's just a fabulous time. And then I walk around on the beach, and the weather during the summer, perfect. 70 degrees, 75 degrees, perfect. Ryler05 said, does weed ever give you anxiety? I've been smoking every day since I was a teenager, so I don't really so much get anxiety. I get more tired, you know, like sometimes like after the 3rd or 4th time, I'll get tired and want to take a nap. Or sometimes it'll give me a headache if I smoke too much in a day. If I smoke like 5, 6, 7, 8 times in a day, then it turns into like a headache. But no, I don't really get anxiety so much. I don't smoke a ton at once. So when I do smoke, I'll like throw a nugget in the bowl, take a couple hits, 2, 3 hits, 4 hits, and then be done for like 2-3 hours, and then 2-3 hours later, take another couple hits. So I'm one of those guys that like, I like to be stoned throughout the day, but I don't sit there and smoke like an entire blunt to my head, or like, 5 bowls to my head, or like, do like 10 bong rips in a row or anything. Because if I smoke too much in one setting, then I just want to go to sleep. Then it just turns into a nap. So I typically, like I said, I'll take like 2 or 3 puffs, and that'll get me through the next couple hours or whatever, and then I'll take another couple puffs. But this is my town right here. Anybody wants to talk shit about California? Yeah, well, Santa Cruz is awesome, and you don't have a Santa Cruz in your state if you don't live in California, so you just don't know. You don't know how awesome it is to walk around this town. And then the colors, like the color of the boardwalk, the way it's painted, and the way it's all lit up at night, it's awesome. And then they got the pier. So I'll walk all the way down the pier. I'll go bark at the sea lions, hang out with the sea lions for a bit, and I'll walk around on the beach, drive my scooter all over town. It's nice. And the thing about a beach town, Santa Cruz, is people go there because they want to hang out at the beach in the perfect weather. People are in a good mood. It's like good vibes. People want to be outside. People are outside enjoying themselves. So that's like my favorite place to eat psychedelics. And it's really chill, like at night. There's this super chill vibe where you just like walk around at night on the beach. It's killer. There's nothing like it. So that's my favorite place to go and trip out. Yes, I did see that the end of the pier broke off and fell in the ocean. And the crazy thing is, I've used that bathroom and I've hung out at the end of that pier countless times. So the bathroom on the pier that broke off and then floated around in the bay, I've peed in there. So it was so trippy. Oh my God, I'll have to show you guys a picture, or actually I'll show a video. So the end of the Santa Cruz pier broke off recently because a big wave came through and fucking broke it. And so what's crazy is I've hung out on this pier several times, hundreds of times, and to see it on the news that a piece of it broke off, it blew my mind.
And we begin with that breaking news in Northern California. You're looking at video just into our newsroom from the Bay Area. That's where 2 people have just been rescued after a portion of the Santa Cruz Wharf collapsed into the water. A 3rd person self-rescued, we're told. The video shows debris, part of a building floating in the water there. Officials say.
So here's the Santa Cruz pier, and the very end, they had this restaurant, and it burnt down. And they were in the middle of repairing it. And then this big wave came through and broke off the very end of the wharf. So you can see it broke off. There were people that needed to be rescued. So there were people still standing on this thing as it was floating around. I don't know if they'll show it or not.
Oh my God.
Look at this.
Yeah, that's pretty scary right there. Let's head to California. A pier on the Santa Cruz Wharf collapsed into the ocean, taking 3 people into the water with it. This all coming as high waves pounded parts of the coast. Rescuers saved 2 of them.
Look at this dude. He's just like standing here on this debris. Look, here's a tractor.
And the 3rd managed to swim to shore safely. But forecasters are warning people there that storm swells are likely going to continue throughout the day.
Oh my.
So yeah, y'all, I have used that bathroom. So to see a video of that bathroom like floating around in the bay, crazy. Now, the craziest part to me was that last video. Let me go back.
And we begin with that breaking news in North.
Do you see where it ended up? So it disconnected, floated over to this rock over here. So it floated like a couple hundred yards across the way to, and it hit this rock over here. And this rock, you guys, that's my special rock that I go out on every time I go to Santa Cruz. Every time I go to Santa Cruz and I trip out, just like I was telling you about, I walk out to the end of that rock. That is my special rock. And at the very end of that rock, you can see the pier over on the other side. You can look out over the ocean, and at nighttime, you can see all the stars. So at the end, the tip of that rock right there is a very beautiful place to stand. It's a beautiful view all around you, basically. So that spot that you see these people standing on right here, this right here, that's like my favorite spot, like in the world, basically, is this spot to hang out when I go to this town. So to see a bathroom that I've used break off and crash into this rock that I go hang out at, it's just fucking trippy, dude. I wish I was there to see it with my own eyes.
After a portion of the Santa Cruz Wharf collapsed into the water, a third person self-rescued, we're told. The video shows debris, part of a building.
So it broke off right here. It made its way across the bay, hundreds of yards, and then crashed into that rock. Crazy, huh? I'll show you guys on the map how far that bathroom actually like floated. All right. So here's the town of Santa Cruz. Here's the beach boardwalk. Here's the pier. You guys see it on screen? So here's the pier right here. It broke off and then it floated all the way over to this rock over here. Excuse me, this rock right here. My bad. This rock right here. So it broke off right here, and then it floated and crashed over here. And this is the rock that I go to. Oops. That wasn't what I meant to do. Anyway. All right. Looks like I got another super chat coming in from Gone with the Wind. Said, Jake, appreciate your hard work. Oh, thank you, Gone with the Wind. I don't recognize the name, the profile name. So perhaps this is one of your first time donating. Thank you very much for that. Holden, he also goes to Santa Cruz with his family several times a year. He said, I've been at the end of that pier too. At least Marini's is still open. So yeah, most of the businesses, you know, are still, they're going to be untouched. They're going to be fine. But like there was that one restaurant at the very end and it burnt down, but they were repairing it. So then to see like the entire whole like bathroom in the end of the pier breaks off. Not only that, it like floats over and then crashes into my special rock. It's crazy. It won't be that crazy to you guys, but to me, it's mind-blowing to see like a bathroom like floating in the water. A bathroom that I used. It was weird. All right. You know what? I've been on here for about 2.5 hours. I'm thinking I'll go ahead and wrap it up tonight without going too long. The last stream went like 4 hours, so this one will wrap up a little quicker. All right, so thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Got a bunch of super chat love tonight. I want to thank Simone once again for the multiple donations. Very generous of you tonight. And I want to thank everyone who donated tonight as well, and everyone for being here and hanging out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. And if you missed any part of it, go back, rewatch the stream. I recommend you put it at 1.25 speed or 1.5 speed. If you got a long trip of half an hour or longer, put me on while you're on a long car ride. All right, guys. So thank you for hanging out with me. Thanks, mods. Brian Tassing says, thanks, Jake. Much love. Give me some thumbs up love on the way out. If you guys enjoyed yourself, I would appreciate it if you could hit that thumbs up button before you click out of the stream. That would be awesome. Thank you, Davey D. I always appreciate you showing up and prompting people to hit the thumbs up. Thanks for being here, buddy. Jonathan Luna, good to see you. Good night, Rose. Thanks for helping me keep track of super chats as usual. Good night, Karma. Good night, Holden. Westward. All y'alls. Jonna, of course. All right, guys. I will see you all in the next video or the next stream, whichever it is. Take care. Good night. Peace out.